Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the 101st edition of Cinema Effect. I'm Zach, and I'm joined by the Cockmaster, aka Fitzy, aka Liam.
Hello.
Did I interrupt you there? Are you still going?
Yeah, but I've deployed all my troops. There's technically nothing else that I have to consciously. Except I have to train my new army afterwards because I just got witches. So, but it's okay.
Okay,
that
I'm glad.
A lot of conscious effort. So
I'm glad. I still can't believe that, dude. Like, if this actually, sorry, can you move the mic more in front of you right now?
If you can, I don't know how much space you got. It, don't I?
Yeah. So if you do that, I was just thinking once again because I can see the little dials now on it. Which, to be fair, I could have seen them the whole time, but neither of us were paying attention. It's like, can you, dude, if now, like, suddenly people listen to this and they're just like, this is the greatest audio quality show of all time. And all we had to do the whole time was flip the little dial on the goddamn back.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we don't really know from last week because the audio was inherently a bit scuffed from the the in-person nature. So now we get the full quality of this setting.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I'm hopeful. Did you? How did you find the audio last time? Did you take a listen back?
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit echoey, I guess. But,
sure.
I mean, I'm sure we'll find a way to improve it. I mean, how long? You said it took you 3 hours to get to that, so I imagine it was, like, really terrible.
Yeah,
right?
It did. It was pretty bad. I think I'll be more prepared next time we do it in person. I'll sort of have a bit of a better game plan, know what I'm getting into a little bit. Yeah, it was crazy. I think I remember saying, like, oh, I'm not going to edit this one too much. 3 hours later, me at 12:05 a.m. still going. So that didn't really work out. But yeah, I hope it was somewhat acceptable. But I feel like this is a new dawn, a new era. 101. You know, back to the start. It all rhymes. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? It's like 01 again, and it's us again, just me and you.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to ban us for cars.
I know.
Yeah.
Is there any chance, like, I don't know how safe these Formula 1 events are. Can people, like, get hit by cars?
Oh, surely, right? I mean, nah. I mean, those walls are probably... I mean, they've probably been doing this for, like, 100 years or whatever, like, trying to make it safe, so... Probably not.
Yeah. I assume if you're driving, you're at significantly more risk. I was just trying to figure out, probably prematurely, ways we might be able to replace Jaden if he were, unfortunately.
Maybe if Whiplash comes and tries to kill Tony Stark, then
good reference.
Get, hit.
Good reference. Hey.
Oh yeah, because MCU. Yeah.
Well, that's actually the next MCU film following from this film. So that means we got to review it.
Oh, it's sandwich right in the middle.
Yeah.
The Iron Man's.
Yeah. So I hope Whiplash doesn't kill Jaden today, and we can still have a show next week, because otherwise it'll just be Liam here by himself.
This is my bird.
You just take control of it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cinema Effect, the podcast where we review and talk about a different movie every single Monday. And this week, that movie is The Incredible Hulk, which opened in the US on the 13th of June, 2008. It was directed by Louis Leterrier. That's probably how you say it. That's much better. It is an action-adventure film, I guess. It's a superhero film. And the synopsis says, Bruce Banner, a scientist on the run from the US government, must find a cure for the monster he turns into whenever he loses his temper. Had you seen this before?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know, Liam.
You didn't know. I could tell you didn't know. But it was pretty
the fact I wanted to watch it.
Pretty bad and really boring.
Dude.
You insisted on this film. It's like, there's nothing to this film.
There's nothing to this film, dude. There is nothing. I wanted to watch this film full stop, just because it's the only MCU film to date I had never seen. So now I've seen every MCU film. 1,000%. I've seen every single one. So, and I don't know how much longer that'll last, but with all these new ones.
Captain Marvel, I think.
Oh, you haven't seen? Oh, okay.
Might be another one I haven't seen. I think that's it.
Yeah. You're fine. You're good. Although I must admit, I quite enjoyed Captain Marvel just for the fact that we get, like, de-aged Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh
And the
right.
CG is like it's actually pretty good. Like he's convincingly like 30 years younger.
It's in the 90s, right? And there's like a Blockbusters
Yeah,
in there.
there's a
Yeah.
scene in Blockbuster. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you get that in Captain Marvel if you're curious to check it out.
I remember the video Easy in Torquay. Those were good times.
I don't.
Rent a
Where
movie.
was it? Where was it?
You don't remember?
Well, I know there was the Blockbuster on the corner there opposite IGA.
Oh, was it Blockbuster? Well, it was like yeah, it's adjacent from Gilbert Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Blockbuster, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I definitely I did
Oh,
go
okay.
in there.
It
I
was
did
one of
go
the
in
two.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
But
think it
yes,
might have actually changed from Blockbuster to Video Easy, but I'm not sure.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who knows?
I do remember going in there. I do have fond memories of going in there. That is true. I feel like we sort of just scraped in like the dying days of like the final years of being able to go to the video store, you know?
Mm,
Like I don't even know if like a few years younger than us if they're going to have that experience or if they've ever had it, you
yeah.
know?
I would have loved to work in a video store. That'd be good.
Yeah, my mum did. My mum did for years. She loved it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Be able to recommend movies to people sometimes, that'd be decent.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. My mum has this story of the manager that who was her boss there for years. He'd always, because you know you can go into the adult section and get all the porn tapes and stuff in the video stores. He would, and back in those days with the VHSs, apparently like when they returned, you'd often like test them, like you'd put them in the video player in the store and just make sure they're still operating.
Oh right, yeah. I think I've seen people
And
do that in movies. Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And this guy apparently just like with zero shame, just in the middle of the day, full volume, would just be like, oh, he has to test all the porn tapes. He just like throw them in, and then in like the middle of the store, everyone's walking around the volume, and he just start like just starts going. You know,
The
that's so
manager.
bad. Yeah, yeah,
Oh right.
dude, that is so bad.
Surely they had headphones or something. Or maybe they have to just test the speaker. I don't know. But
Yeah, it's wild.
that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm just desperately trying to delay talking about this goddamn movie. Sorry. So anyway, so what did you think about the Incredible Hulk?
I mean, yeah, I've already said it, like it's boring. There's nothing really. There's not much. There's nothing really interesting about it. Tim Roth is okay, I guess, but there's just so much. I hate Liv, whatever, in this movie. Like her voice is like, you don't have to do it. It's like it's hype. It's so like light and like the acting isn't great, but like the script is really just over. I don't know. Like it's cheesy. It's bad. It's bad. But it's bad in a very specific way. Like not in like. I think Thor: The Dark World is like bad in a very different way. This is like prehistoric 2000s, bad action movie kind of thing. Whereas Thor: The Dark World is kind of like just it's all over the place and it's not really focused. But this is actually kind of has a like actual focused story, but just none of it is like interesting, and none of it is like there's no like connective tissue or something. It's just it feels like a 2000s action movie, like a bad one. It does. I guess it doesn't really feel like a superhero movie as well, like that in that way.
No. Yeah. You already brought up Thor: The Dark World. I was thinking about because for some reason on Letterboxd, I've always had this film. I don't know why I did it. I guess it's like a reminder that I should watch it one day. I've always had it on my MCU ranking at the bottom. Not because I've seen it at all. I don't know. I just want to put it there for some reason one day. Anyway, and then I was thinking after I saw it, like, wow, I think it just belongs there. I think it should be there. And I was thinking about Thor: The Dark World. And I remember being bored by Thor: The Dark World, but I also remember the film like having personality a little bit. Like, isn't there like those side characters, like, I don't know, that chick who's like the nerdy girl, and there's sort of, I feel like there's humor and a bit of spirit to that film, at least if I'm remembering it correctly, This, there's nothing here at all. And I feel like I was especially surprised, considering I knew this film doesn't have like an amazing reputation by any means, but it was worse than I thought. Like, I was going in expecting, with a lot of these, like, I don't know, average MCU films that are whatever, like, there's typically still something to grab onto, or something that you can appreciate. Like even the Captain Marvel thing, I wasn't being ironic about that. Like I do sort of appreciate that, and the de-aging stuff, and also like the sci-fi elements are still sort of cool in that movie, you know. So like there's something there for me to be engaged by. So I knew this film was sort of whatever, but I was still expecting there to be something, you know. But dude, there is nothing at all. Like there's not a performance. There's not there's not a setting factor. There's not an action scene. Dude, there is not a moment really in this movie. Like I think the best I can say for it is that it's not incompetent. Like it's capably directed, I think, for the most part. Like the scenes flow fine. You can see what's happening in the action. You know,
Yeah,
like
you know
it
what's happening.
functions. It functions, right? But that's like the highest praise I can give it, because it has no personality. It is like it's like a dead husk of a film. It's I honestly can't believe it. I feel like we're gonna have to like put in max amount of effort right now to not make this the shortest episode of all time.
Oh yeah, 20 minutes.
20-minute episode. Hey, I'm down if that's the way it goes. But God, there is nothing, man. It's so hard to talk about nothing, because I'm not happy to talk about good, bad, mediocre things that work and don't work all day, but I can't talk about nothing.
Hmm.
But we got to try. I don't know if you found this. Well, the fact that you said that you thought you'd seen it before, I'm sure you have. Like, that's how I'm going to feel in a week. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I think I forgot this movie like the second it was over. I can remember it, but like it has no staying power in my brain at all.
Yeah. Well, I'd already watched the first 40 minutes for an episode like that we're gonna do a month ago.
Oh, that's
On
right. Did you
Batman.
just like resume from there?
Yeah, there was no way I was coming back. But I mean, I don't mind better in that whatever that I don't know South American country is. He's in. Like I think that.
Oh
One's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's in Brazil, right?
Brazil. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it actually like okay. The intro is so weird, like the credits, because the credit spells out like the credit is like all the exposition for the movie. It just goes straight into it, like an MCU montage kind of thing, which is so strange. But like yeah, in Brazil, I think is maybe where the movie's best. I guess just in terms of I don't know, like
I agree. Yeah.
yeah, like I actually don't mind the first action scene as well, and like just him hiding and like him meditating and stuff like that. Like that's a cool element to it that in that part is like actually taken seriously, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I wasn't expecting at all. I thought this film would be an origin story, just because it's still so weird to think, and this is why I didn't watch it for so long, that this is canonically Mark Ruffalo. You know, it just feels like it's its own separate thing. Like I can't even like conceive that they're the same character.
Yeah.
With that, I sort of expected it to be an origin story. So the fact that it wasn't, I kind of like in the first 10 minutes I was like, oh, cool. This is surprising right now. I thought we got the origin sequence a little bit in the credits, like you said. They just flash it. It's craziness, flash it up. And then we're sort of right into it. And I thought I liked that, yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not origin in the sense that we don't like fully see the transformation, but we do see the transformation from like him being hidden and running from people to like being a public figure, a Marvel or what's it like, an Avenger.
An Avenger. He just looks like the actual design. Obviously, Edward Norton is a different human being from Mark Ruffalo, but like the actual design of Hulk, right? He looks significantly different to how he ends up looking.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I don't mind his design, but
I don't mind it either. It's different.
It is a lot better in the other ones.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no Hulk movie like yeah. I mean, but like, there's no one with Mark.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. I like Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, he's the only. He's just in the Avengers movies. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Mark Ruffalo is great.
He's going to be in She-Hulk. You excited for that?
She-Hulk, them like the series. This is Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play? Who's gonna be She-Hulk? Maybe Liv Tyler.
With Tyler as She-Hulk, bro. I don't know her name. It's some actress I'd never heard of, to be honest. But yeah. Yeah, I also like the first 10 minutes the most. I think the element that is most interesting in this film to me is Bruce. The only thing that I can connect to him as a character is like him trying to manage the fact that he turns into a green dude when he's angry, you know, like, and him like always monitoring his pulse and the meditation and trying to stay calm, and that always being an element in the action scenes where he has to like stop and calm down and be careful that he's not getting his pulse over 200. Like that little element is cool. I like that. I especially like the scene at the start when he's been living in Brazil for a few months or whatever, and he's like meditating, training with that other dude. They're sitting cross-legged, and he's just trying to, you know, get in touch with his chi or whatever. I thought that was kind of interesting. I wasn't really expecting.
And he like
that.
slaps him. I remember that.
Yeah. He's
Wait, is Tim Roth gonna be in this She-Hulk series?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's epic. That's great.
He was in Shang-Chi too. Well, his
Tim
character
Roth.
was. Well, Abomination. You know, he was in that scene in Shang-Chi where like they go to the fighting cages.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that actually. Yeah. So he's like alive, and because in this movie he's alive. Yeah.
That's the weird thing, because there's just like these little elements like that, like Tim Roth's Abomination, that seep into the MCU as we know it. But like everything else though, and of course William Hurt as well. But everything else with like Liv Tyler and Edward Norton just feels so not in the MCU. You know? Which is kind of, it's in a weird place.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the romance is like very good in this. Like, it's not. No. I don't think the chemistry is great at all.
No.
And the way she talks to him is so weird. Like, that's one specific problem, like me problem. But yeah, like it just feels very off.
Super off, dude. I couldn't give one shit about the romance in this movie, and I feel like it's. I mean, I guess it's the heart of the movie, right? Like, what the hell? If there is one, this movie has no heart, to be clear. But like, if there is one, it's the romance, I guess. But God, it's it does not work for me at all. It's super awkward. Friggin' Liv Tyler ditches what's his face from Modern Family?
Oh, Phil Dunphy.
Phil Dunphy.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
Dude, that was funny when he turned up. But he seemed like a good bloke. You know what? Just hang out with Phil Dunphy. You know what I mean? We don't need this guy.
Yeah.
I'd be down on that. Yeah, I don't know. It was super weird. It was like, oh God. Yeah, the performances. I like Edward Norton as an actor. I don't know. He brought nothing to this that I particularly like. He was fine. There's nothing bad about it, but it was just sort of what I don't know. He it feels like, you know, he went in there and got the paycheck. Good for him, you know. Did the thing.
Yeah, it is a bit disappointing considering how great he is.
Yeah. Can you believe he was involved in like redrafting this film? Like he wrote. I think he does this for a lot of his films, is sort of what I was getting from the trivia. But he rewrote a lot of this movie and like was instrumental in sort of the final shooting script, which is so weird.
Oh, really?
I don't understand that. It's such a strange. I don't know. He was like talking about all these influences, and it's like none of this works, man. I don't know. Yeah, there was nothing here to my knowledge in the trivia about, you know, studio interference or anything. It was just sort of odd, like that he attached him. My point I'm trying to make is like he attached himself to this film and like was tried to really be instrumental in the creation development of the story, and like still like thought this was worth his time, like, you know.
What did he add? Do we know? Or was just
he like rewrites a lot of his lines and a lot of the story direction and stuff. Apparently, like I don't think he has a writing credit, but he like wrote the final draft. Like there was a draft, and then like the next, the final draft was like written by him and like the director and stuff like worked on it together. So it's just so weird that like I just can't wrap my head around the fact that an actor like Edward Norton would like feel like this is worthwhile and like this is and like the result is like what a waste of time. I don't know. It's just
Well,
weird.
like if he had a part in writing it, that gets him mentally, like his ego kind of involved. So maybe he would want to. He would think it's good, and then he would do it.
Yeah. Actually, sorry, I'm looking here because I completely forgot I actually copy and pasted this trivia here. Edward Norton, who has previously been known for rewriting his films, wrote a draft of this script with the director and Marvel Studios. And he said, Norton's rewrite added the character of Doc Samson. Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Oh, the guy they go do the Mr. Green or Mr. Blue with the other guy.
Oh, Mr. Blue.
Mm.
Really weird performance by that guy as well. And mentioned references to other Marvel comic characters. He also wanted to put in revelations about what the whole thing that set the whole thing in motion that would be explained in future installments. All right. Well, that obviously never happened, so I don't know what that means. I can't even conceive what that would mean. Like, what mysteries were left unsolved in this? Like, got no idea. Yeah, you've also already mentioned Tim Roth. He was here. According to Tim Roth, Edward Norton rewrote scenes every day. Norton and Liv Tyler also spent hours discussing their characters' lives, especially before the Hulk appeared. It really comes through on screen.
Bro, that kind of trivia is so funny when the movie doesn't work out. That's like...
Yeah. That's so true, because like if this film were great and I read the exact same piece of trivia...
that really probably made a difference.
Yeah, wow. Dude, they get it, they have the minds, the vision. Yeah, it's so awkward when the film sucks.
Yeah,
it's so awkward. Anyway, that was a weird transition to Tim Roth. I just want to throw that in there.
Tim Roth was good, I think. He was good in this film.
Yeah.
He was, like, out of the cast, I think he was the most, like, the best, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like he knew what he was in, a little bit. I sort of got that sense.
Yeah, I think he played it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple of shots and zoom-ins with him that he's, like, pulling a really dumb, like, evil face. I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, but I like that. Like, what was the military dad's guy's name?
Ross?
Ross? Yeah.
Their surname's Ross. I don't know his first name.
Okay.
Sergeant Ross, General Ross or whatever.
Like, when he told... Okay, so when Bruce was asking him if he could, like, fight Abomination, like, he didn't show any emotion. He just stared at him, and he kind of, like, said, yeah... Open the doors, like he was very
so weird. That whole thing was so weird.
Yeah, that scene was so weird. But like, and then sometimes when his daughter's in trouble, he's like kind of like acts, distressed. But like other than that, he's very dull and very strict audio kind of thing.
Yeah, which is weird because I mean William Hurt is, of course, is like a renowned actor who he passed recently, but I really liked him in. I mean, he's been in a bunch of MCU films now, but he was playing the same character, obviously. When I really liked him in Civil War when he was in that briefly, I thought he was a great presence in that film. Yeah, so it's just so weird to come back to this, and it's just like, this is weird. This is nothing. Yeah, not a lot going on here. That whole I'm glad you mentioned that whole chopper bit. That was just. I was like sort of. I was just confused. I didn't really understand why any of this was happening. They're like, okay, hang on. Let me try and piece this together. Doesn't Bruce, the whole point of the film, like, doesn't he want to, like, not be Hulk?
Yeah, he wants to get rid of it.
And then he goes to Blue and he gets to take it out of him, right? Well, it doesn't really work, I don't think, but...
Yeah... Maybe he, like, tries to control it. I don't know.
It's so vague and strange because I thought he wants to go to Dr. Blue, his mate, and like learn and get the venom shit taken out of him. Which like which something happens there because that's how then Abomination then gets it from Blue and becomes Abomination. So like obviously something happened in that lab that worked in terms of like removing the virus or whatever it is, like the mutagen.
Well, I thought Abomination just got it from like all the blood samples because remember like Bruce walked in on his little room with all the samples. He's like, no, you got to get rid of all this. And the sniper was there. Cause like,
was that around? Because then he gets like the shit injected into his bones and shit. There's that scene.
Who does?
Tim Roth.
Tim Roth.
You know when he gets like surgery.
Oh yeah, no, because aren't they looking for like the military is like looking for him, like Bruce's blood, like they want Bruce to get his blood and that kind of thing. But like all his blood samples, Mr. Blue's got a bunch of his blood already there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like he used something that he just used on, like extracted out of Bruce or something. Like just
yeah. Because I think there's a line about because he's already been Tim Roth's already been experimented on and shit. Like he's already a bit messed up because he was like a paraplegic and then his bones grow back and stuff. After he was like flung into the tree.
Oh yeah,
which was like a really funny CG shot. Like they have a CG like person that they make Eli Roth and they throw him into the tree. It was kind of funny, but and then like the doctor. What did I say?
Wait, you said Eli Roth, isn't that the
Oh yeah, that's the.
That's the Good and Bad and the Ugly guys.
That's the goddamn Inglourious Bastards guy, right?
Inglourious Bastards. Oh, yeah. That guy, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Brad Pitt's bro?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird. Anyway, Tim Roth. It wasn't Eli Roth. Yeah. There was like a line, Dr. Blue says something like, "You've already been experimented on. If you put this blood in you, you'll become an abomination."
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I'm like, he's actually going to bring this up, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing, like, I like that. Like, that's corny as all hell. I enjoy that if it were in a movie that understood its tone better, you know? It doesn't really work here. But anyway, so the thing that I was so confused about, where I'm like, okay, Bruce is being taken away in the chopper by the army. The army have succeeded. Up until this point, the entire movie has just been the government want Bruce Banner and he's trying to run away from them. And that's literally, there's been no evolution to that plot at all. And they succeed. He's in the chopper. And then he's like, Bruce is like, I need to go and fight Abomination. And at this point, I'm like, wait, can you even be Hulk anymore? And then he's like, I don't know if I can be Hulk anymore. And Liv's like, what if you don't turn? And he's like, I don't know. And then he just jumps out of the chopper. And he just jumps out of the helicopter. And he does turn after there's like that dumb melodramatic moment where it's like he like face plants into the road and he's like, is he going to turn into the Hulk? Is he going to do it? And he does.
If he didn't, he wouldn't smash, he wouldn't break the ground with his own body. He would just...
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'd like to think that, like, any human being who just falls from that height would smash the road.
Yeah, would, like, make a fucking, like, angel, in the cement.
Yeah. Oh, man. So I was just so bewildered. So then, so he jumps and then he just turns into Hulk. And I'm like, okay, so he can be Hulk still. Okay. Isn't this like, but obviously, like, I don't understand that from, like, the film never really explains that, I don't believe. But I'm also just confused as to, like, Bruce, wasn't the whole point of this entire thing that you didn't want to do this? And now you're just like, oh shit, but Abomination, I need to save everyone for some reason. It's like, why do you give a shit? You know? Like, it's so bizarre. I don't understand it. I feel like it was just so forced of like, oh, Bruce Banner needs to go and save the city now for no reason.
Yeah. Well, I guess the whole thing is that he doesn't want to give himself over to the military because they don't want them to make a biological weapon. So I guess that is the weapon that he wants to not to prevent.
Oh, fair. And then so Abomination is that weapon.
Yeah.
He becomes that weapon. And okay, I'll get that. That's fair. I appreciate that. Still don't understand why you jump out of the helicopter when you don't know you can be Hulk. But, good for you, I guess. At that point, he was probably just like, bro, I don't care. I'll just kill myself, whatever. But actually, hang on, that only makes the whole end of the movie weirder, though, right?
Like the end.
Yeah, when he's sitting in the little house.
Yeah, I hate that. It's so
That's
dumb.
terrible. That's terrible.
It's so bad. Like, it makes no sense. Like, what are you trying to say?
Dude.
He smiles at the camera and his eyes turn green. Like, okay, sure. Well done.
Good for you, bro. Dude, it sucked. It was like, okay, like, first of all, the whole motif in the film that keeps coming up, like the little title card, Days Without Incident, pretty cheesy, right? And then using it at the end to be like, Bruce, this whole movie doesn't want to be Hulk, and as you've pointed out correctly, doesn't want to be Hulk because he doesn't want to risk like a biological weapon being put in the wrong hands. All right, fair. And then at the end of the movie, he just turns into Hulk and he's like, he smiles.
He doesn't even like being Hulk the whole movie. That's like that. Yeah, I know.
Dude, the whole point is that he's like has to be careful about when he becomes Hulk because he doesn't like being Hulk and it causes problems. And now at the end of the movie, for no reason, he's like,
And
I'm so happy to be Hulk.
He's meditating. The point of meditating is to reduce your heart rate. And the point of that is to not become Hulk. So, like, yeah, makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all. Like, you'd think, yeah, like, logically, him sitting there at the very end, meditating, because that's exactly what he was doing. Like, the reaction would be he'd look into the camera, he'd start to turn green, and he'd go, oh, fuck. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Not smile. Oh, it's so weird. Yeah, what the hell else? I mean, there was the whole, like, New York City showdown at the end. I feel like the film's sort of broken into like 3 action pieces. There's like the Brazilian one, which I agree is the best one because it sort of it predominantly just has Edward Norton like doing free running and stuff in like, and there's like some cool shots of Brazil and those cities.
Yeah, it was like an action set. It was kind of like Morocco and like, I mean, not as good obviously, but like in the Bourne Ultimatum, it was kind of like,
I thought the same thing. Yeah,
it was just like it was like an okay action. Like, I feel like the director had like some kind of experience, like someone had experience with action, because the film felt like an action movie predominantly. Yeah. So like with all the gunfire and stuff. So yeah, that was like grounded. So that was okay.
I totally agree. Yeah, I thought that one was okay. Like, I thought we're off to a solid, fine start here. Yeah, and then I don't know, like then there's the second act fight at the university or whatever that was, and I was like, all right. It's a sort of the same thing. Yeah, right. All the explosions and stuff. I'm like, all right. Whatever. And then the third one is just like total CG vomit stuff, you know, where it's just like the two big green dudes fight New York City.
Well, one's white, Zach. But yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't terrible. Like, you could see what was happening, so that was all right. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. RDJ is what I'll just call him, showed up at the end of this film. Which was weird because it felt like that was the post-credit scene, but it wasn't after the credits. It was just at the end.
Wait, what? It wasn't the post-credits?
No. It was before the credits.
Oh, so was there a post-credit scene that I missed?
Like, no, there wasn't one.
Oh, okay.
But it felt like a post-credit scene that they should have just moved it after the credits, you know? It's like, right. That's the thing that would become the post-credit scene.
Okay. So this wasn't like, so this doesn't have a post-credit, so this wasn't like the first post-credit movie then, so, like in the MCU?
No. It just felt like one to me when he turned up.
Yeah.
I mean, that was cool. Like, I can imagine people in 2008 being like, that's cool. Like, I think Iron Man had just come out a couple months before. So, like, I can see that being a moment where you're like, oh, sick. That's pretty exciting.
Right. Yeah, because
here it's just weird, though.
They've never experienced, people like haven't experienced that at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the whole idea Harry Styles point. Quite yet.
Yeah, they've got to wait another 13 years for Harry Styles in that moment. My God. Yeah. So I kind of like that. I don't know, but even Robert Downey Jr. sort of felt off in the scene to me. I don't know if I'm projecting, but like, it wasn't like an awesome moment of like, oh, dude, he's so charismatic. It's so charming to see him again. I'm sort of just like, yeah. There he is.
Yeah. It's weird. Yeah.
Well, he just turned up for the afternoon and sort of, just did it in 2 takes. It was like, yeah, cool, bro. Can you give me 500 grand for that? Or I knew there was a scene where Robert Downey Jr. shows up in this movie. I thought it would be like where he meets Hulk, but instead he just meets Ross. And I didn't understand why Ross was depressed, but
Oh, because his like whole scheme to get a biological weapon like failed, I guess.
yeah.
Reload. Reload the
What?
drinks. Remember when he was at the bar and he kept saying reload?
Oh, and he says reload.
Like,
Yeah, he
as
did
in, like,
say that.
like, give me another drink kind of thing.
Refill.
Yeah.
Why do you say reload? Yeah, why do you say that?
Because he's a military guy.
That's
guns.
dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. Dude, I can't... Oh, my God. I remember that now. Wow, that's so weird. What other trivia we got here? Okay. Louis Leterrier, the director, wanted Mark Ruffalo for the role of Bruce Banner. But Marvel insisted on Edward Norton. Ruffalo would go on to replace Norton.
Wait, what? That's crazy. And then he comes back.
Weird.
What the heck?
So weird, dude.
Oh, man. That's fucked. That's crazy.
So Norton left, and then Marvel were like, "Oh yeah, what did that guy say? Oh, he said Mark Ruffalo. He wanted him. Oh yeah, we'll just get him, I guess. Yeah, why not?
We'll listen to him.
Super weird. That's so funny. And honestly, I mean, I can't speak to this. This film script isn't compelling, and who knows how it would have turned out. But just the idea in my brain of Mark Ruffalo being in this film instead, I feel like I can imagine having a bit more personality. I'm not saying it would necessarily, but I feel like that would be a different experience. I might like it more. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's zero humor to this character. And I'm just thinking of... Right. I mean, this is very late stage MCU, but I'm just thinking of that scene in Avengers Endgame when he's in the back of the truck and he's vibing, to some song or something. And it's Hulk has always had a bit of humor to him.
Yeah.
I think. He's a fun guy.
He's a fun character. Yeah, he should be. That scene in Endgame 2 when he's taking selfies with the little kids, when he's smart Hulk, that's funny. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So, yeah, there's nothing remotely resembling that in this movie at all. And its attempts at humor just don't work. I feel like that scene with the New York City cab driver when he's racing through the streets.
Oh, yeah.
And they get out. I'll give you some techniques to manage that anger. That's a line. That's a line in this movie.
Yeah.
That sucked. I think that was the movie trying to be light and funny, and it was not good. So, I think there was something else I did want to say actually, but I'm just trying to. Oh yeah, what the hell what was up with Stanley's, the restaurant, and that character? It was there's Stan Lee has a cameo in the film, of course, which is actually I quite like the cameo where he's the guy that gets sick from the drink. I thought that was pretty funny. But then there's a character called Stanley, and he owns a restaurant called Stanley's. That's clearly meant to be an ode to Stan Lee. Oh, and the guy looks like Stan Lee.
Why don't you just have Stan Lee? Yeah.
Why don't you just have Stan Lee do it? It was so weird. I didn't get it. I was so confused. It's dude, he's literally in the movie in another scene. Maybe their schedules didn't line up or something. It was so odd to me. I didn't get it. Oh yeah,
was that Bruce's dad? What was that connection of Bruce and that guy?
Got no clue, dude. Are they old friends or something?
Yeah, maybe. Old friends.
That's not. They don't say, right? I didn't miss that. That one scene where, I actually like the shot. I've got trivia for it. I think it took the visual effects artists over a year to construct a shot where Dr. Banner's gamma irradiated, or irradiated. I don't know. The shot where his blood falls through the stories of the factory.
Yeah.
It took them a year to do that. It was actually kind of it was kind of a cool shot. I kind of liked it, but it was that moment where it lands, and it lands on the conveyor belt. He's like, "Stop the conveyor belt!" And he goes down there, and he finds the little drop of blood, and he wipes it up. He's like, "We're good. Very good. And he like didn't see like there's a huge like there's a bottle
Yeah.
with like blood all over it, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
I feel like I might miss that, but like you shouldn't miss that. Come on.
Yeah, and it's like it had to have been like right there, right? Like the other drop on the conveyor belt
He
must
didn't
have
look
just
very
fallen
hard.
off
No, he didn't look very hard
at all. He went to the effort to like sprint down the
I
stairs,
think.
stop the production.
Yeah, I think it was because he found a drop of blood and he was like, "Oh, this must be it." So like his mind, like he must have assumed there wouldn't be like another one. You know, one drop of blood fell, so he was like, "Oh, here it is."
Makes him look dumb though. Makes him look real dumb.
Yeah, it does.
As if like you wouldn't take like an extra 3 seconds to just look. Oh shit! There's another right there. There's another one. But I also didn't understand Stan Lee drinking from that bottle. Like, what did that do to him? Did that make him a Hulk? You know?
I think it just made him sick, didn't it? Like poisoning, gamma poisoning, the radiation poisoning, whatever.
Oh, okay.
But like, he doesn't want. Oh, well, yeah. Wouldn't they be able to use it? Oh no, but he drank it, so. But like, the point is that he doesn't want to give away his blood, right, to the government because they can use it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they be able to use Stanley's body and like use the blood, extract it? Maybe it wouldn't be enough. I don't know. But
Oh yeah, it's a fair point. Yeah. I don't know.
They
don't even attempt to explain that.
Too much soda in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that, by the way? Green soda. I want to have that. Was it green?
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I thought, was it some sort of like flavoured mineral water? You know?
Maybe some kind of flavoured vodka or what?
Oh yeah. I feel like vodka usually, or like alcohol, like those bottles, like the packaging of the bottles sort of looked more like a soda or something. Or like a non-alcoholic beverage to me. But I don't know. I don't know what it would have been. Next time we go to a liquor store or just a supermarket or anywhere, let's try and look for drinks that resemble.
Well, that's what I was thinking because like at my place they have I don't want to dox myself, but like at my supermarket they have like a lot of different colors of like flavored vodka.
Oh,
so
okay.
This whole thing, and they're like bottles, like they look like that.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
That's what made me kind of think of it.
Oh, maybe that was it.
No, it's probably a soda. Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah, next time, can you like, when you're working next, like I don't know, suspiciously go off to the soft drink section and all the drink sections and figure it out?
Take a photo. It's Pingo Dolce with Guarana kick. So I don't know.
Wait, what the hell is that? What?
It's a Brazilian soda made with guarana. There you go.
The hell is guarana?
Let's find out.
Hey, I want to try that now. That actually sounds like a soda with like a leaf soda, like that's sort of flavoured. It sounds interesting,
but,
actually.
Like Australia has no, like we don't have much variety in terms of sodas. Like there was a Dr Pepper at you can get Dr Pepper from some places, but like yeah, apart from that, like soda wise, it's not very interesting. I mean, takeaway wise as well. Like America has like 50 times the amount of takeaways.
You know, that's actually an interesting thought. Like, they do, in terms of, like, chains, absolutely. But I was thinking, like, in terms of actual variety of food items, I think, like, we're actually significantly improved. Because if you think about, like, in America, they wouldn't have, like, if I'm just thinking about, like, takeaway food options. In America, they don't have fish and chips. They don't eat pies and sausage rolls.
Wait, what, really? They don't have any, like...
No. They don't... Well, I mean... I'm sure. I mean, there might be like a British style fish and chip shop somewhere in America, but I mean, as like a cultural standard, right? They don't have like pies and sausage rolls. They don't. I don't really. I mean, I could be totally wrong about this. I don't really. Actually, no, I probably am wrong about that. I was going to say like I don't really ever hear about. You've been there. You know more than me. You can probably just tell me if I'm wrong. But I don't ever really hear about like sushi places. You know.
I think there's sushi places, yeah.
Okay. But pies and sausage rolls for sure, they do not exist.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, doesn't everywhere have bakeries? Like
they don't.
Oh, really?
No, I mean for sure. Like no, like I've never been to a country with a bakery that anywhere resembles an Australian one ever.
Oh,
It's crazy.
surely London, like Britain, like UK would though,
Oh, maybe.
because that's where
Yeah.
we kind of comes from, right? I
Yeah,
mean, maybe
yeah.
not. Just pies? Is that a British thing?
Like an Aussie meat pie. I don't know. Yeah, that's so interesting. I don't know.
Well,
The sausage
yeah.
rolls, you're probably
In
right.
terms of junk food and junk drinks, like we're definitely, there's less choice.
Yeah, yeah. In that genre, if you will, of fast food, like the
Yeah, yeah.
burgers and the shakes. Yeah, yeah, for sure, and
Drinks and
like the
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was watching this video of this guy trying this new drink, Budget Blast. I'm like, wow, you get all these options now.
Where was that from?
Like Taco Bell. Yeah, like we don't have Taco Bell.
We're starting to get Taco Bell. We are
No, yeah.
a little bit, a little bit. I had Taco Bell for the first time 6 months ago or so. It was quite good. I quite liked it actually. So things are popping up here and there. I mean, we're probably better off for it. Let's be real. You know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Have you ever had Dr Pepper?
Yeah, I was into it for a while because
Oh yeah.
you can get it from supermarkets. So that's like the one kind of like soda import that I think you can get some of those ones.
Yeah, right. Because you can't get it from like takeaway places though. But yeah, right.
Yeah, but you can get it in like a bunch of a pack, a 10 pack or whatever.
What the hell's it like? I can't even conceive of it.
The taste is really weird. It's a strong aftertaste. I don't know. It's like a dead cola, like a non fizzy cola, I guess. It's kind of weird.
Oh, okay. Probably not up my alley then, but
Nah.
okay. Oh yeah, cool.
But for aficionados such as me, I have to try every.
Yeah, absolutely. Do they have flavor? Like, can you get like flavored Dr Pepper? Like, is there like raspberry Dr Pepper and all this sort of shit?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Vanilla Dr Pepper?
Dude, why do people like vanilla Coke? It's so weird. I hate that shit.
Oh yeah, we're still reviewing this movie. So yeah.
Well, that was like a solid 10 minutes. That was good.
I was actually quite impressed by that. Our quest to make this a longer episode is
it's successful,
yeah. Yeah, for sure. Is there anything else? I don't know, man. I actually I will say I was interested in the fact that Hulk's origin story was linked to Captain America's. I didn't know that. I thought that was kind of interesting how they're both sort of evolutions of the same super soldier program. I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that, so I was sort of like adds a little wrinkle to the story, I guess.
Maybe that's what Edward Norton was talking about with the little connections.
That's actually probably exactly what it was because I can't think of a single other one.
Yeah.
So that must be it. Yeah. Sweet, bro. Let's give me your final verdict.
50 minutes. Let's go.
Are we actually? Holy shit! Yeah, we have. Wow, good job. For 2008's The Incredible Hulk.
I don't know. Like, I've probably been downplaying how much I did enjoy the cheesy, like the over the top. Oh, it's abomination kind of thing. So I think 4 out of 10 is appropriate. What do you think?
I don't know. Is it a 4 or a 3?
The eternal question, Zach.
The eternal question. I'll give it a 3. Why not? Why not? Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I think it actually. What other than Thor: The Dark World, is there any other MCU film that could be in the conversation as worse than this?
Well, if you're Luke, you would say Captain Marvel, but because it's not Luke.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not. Captain Marvel is not this bad.
Alright, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
thinking about like the pantheon.
I don't know. Like, films. I think people don't like Iron Man 2, right? But I like Iron Man 2. I mean, I don't love it, but like, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point. I'll rewatch Iron Man 2 at some point. Yeah, this has to be the worst MCU film, surely. Definitively so. Definitively so.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst one.
I think it is. Cool. Well, I'm glad that's decided. Now, there's like no news chat.
Officially.
There's none.
Hey, ambulance may have destroyed record number of vehicles, says Star. Screen Rant.
Screen Rant. I love how is the headline may have.
Yeah, may have.
may have broken
Michael.
record.
Yeah.
Michael Bay may have broken record. Cool, bro. That's exciting. Well, I guess we'll get into our highlights of the week.
I don't know. I rewatched Dune. I also rewatched
Oh yeah.
This Is England series.
How'd you rewatch Dune?
Which one should I Okay, I'll talk about Dune.
Oh, okay.
I went to the movies yesterday, but I have it on Blu-ray now. Anyway, so I could have just watched it.
Wait, so you saw it in the theater?
Yeah.
Wait,
I was very tired.
how?
I was like following. I was like,
How's it still playing?
oh, it's still playing in Melbourne. Yeah.
What?
I don't know how, but like I was
crazy.
like, oh, Dune's playing in an hour
Where'd
and a
you
half.
see
I'm
it?
gonna go see that. Cinema Nova. It's like 100. It's like really close to it.
Is that like the Melbourne equivalent of the PIV?
Yeah, it's like the art cinema. Yeah, like it shows everything.
Cool.
There's so many movies it shows.
Cool. And you got the Blu-ray now too for extra viewing.
Viewing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, what did you think of it the second time? I rewatched it recently as well. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was falling asleep because I was very tired. You know, not much sleep. Go to Melbourne. Got to do all these classes. I have 3 classes in a row to sit in, and let me tell you, the third class was not good. There were these 2 people. So we were having like a room discussion, and we were talking about this book that I've only read like a bit of. And like I kept wanting to say something, but I didn't at any point have anything to say. But these 2 people that were on the same table as me, like the really chatty ones, they were like talking a lot about it, and they were sometimes talking to each other. And like there were these moments of silence where, because they were talking to each other and everyone was looking in that direction, like all the attention in the room was focused on me, even though I had nothing to say. Like, and like there were these moments where like it was like I was expected to talk for like 5 seconds, and everyone was like looking exactly where I was. It's like,
what are you going to contribute to this, Liam? Yeah.
Well, that's what it literally was like. Like she asked, was there anyone else on the table I was on? And like I swear, everyone's eyes like looked around every single person, and they all stopped on me, and it was so painful, dude. So I was like, okay, I gotta go see Dune.
What class was this?
It was like Australian literature. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, to go see Dune to like refresh yourself.
To like
have
take away the pain. Yeah.
Get another migraine.
Oh yeah, but I was falling asleep. I was very tired, but it was great. I noticed some things. Because I'm reading the book again now. I'm gonna finish it now, and I actually bought the rest of the series. I'll show you.
Wow. Yeah. He's gonna go all spoilers.
There's 4 other Dune books that Frank Herbert wrote.
Shit.
And then there's a bunch of Brian Herbert books which apparently don't count. His son wrote. Yeah, I'm starting to have like a new kind of understanding of it now that I'm getting through the rest of the book, and like there were elements of the movie with Paul and his like kind of interpretation of where his own like kind of turmoil of where his path is going. I'm trying to like not to spoil it, but like like there were things and little implants that were really cool that I noticed. And there's gonna be a part 2, and then there's gonna be 3, right? Is it gonna be 3?
Not that we know of at this stage, but hopefully.
I hope there's a 3rd, because like I do want to get the whole story with Paul in movies. Yeah. But yeah, like watching it, yeah, like it's a super like just impressive film. With the it deserved to sweep all the technical categories, because it's just amazing in terms of the practical effects and stuff. And one thing, I think I was watching like Hans Zimmer videos last night, and he said like the thing about sci-fi films is they always have like this classical, there's like dreamy European like classical scores, and he's like angry with it. He's like, why are we doing this when these sci-fi words, they should feel like interesting. They're not anything related to like the classical periods of like humanity, So yeah, he wanted to make it feel like a totally different world and vibe, and yeah, he really achieved that. So
He nailed it.
I
He
really
nailed
love
it.
it.
Cool. Yeah, when I rewatched it, I don't know. The movie's great. I sort of didn't. I feel like I didn't get a lot out of a rewatch though. Like compared to other rewatches, where I sort of pick up new things, and I mean, having that new perspective you had from the books is really interesting. But just for me, I didn't. I really enjoyed it again, but I was sort of just like, all right. Like I didn't feel like I got a new layer of an experience this time. You
The
know.
thing in the book is really interesting. I can't really talk about it, but like I don't know, it kind of
Mm,
inverts the whole story. I guess turns it on its head, flips on its head. Yeah.
interesting. Okay. Well, that's cool. Considering I sort of felt like it was sort of going in a more straightforward direction. So that's interesting to know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What have I been watching? I've been watching a plethora of television programs.
I am.
Um,
I haven't watched a television program in a while.
you got to get
Been
back to the
been
television, the
been a hot
televisions.
minute.
Yeah. Um, where'd you get up to? Did you finish Euphoria season 2?
Oh, I've still got 20 minutes left of the shitty ass last episode.
Oh
I
no,
couldn't
that's a
couldn't push
bummer.
through.
Oh, it's a bummer to hear that. I've watched. I'm halfway through the season. And dude, I don't know what it is, and it's so weird because like it's firing on all cylinders for me right now. Like I'm so into it. And it's just so weird because I remember liking Euphoria, but not like loving it. I remember enjoying it. I remember it more for being, and this hasn't changed at all. I remember it more for being like really confronting to watch, and it still very much is. So, but it's just, I feel like it's just hitting for me on a whole new level where it's like, it is exactly as I remember it, but I'm also like liking it way more for some reason.
You're liking the
And
second season way more.
so far, yeah.
Okay, so the thing with me, like I haven't finished the last episode, but like the thing with the second season is that it's such a like erratic, like it's like really good, really bad. Like it's like really volatile season. It's like way less solid than the first. Like the first episode is like really incredible, and then there's an episode like 4 or 5, which is focused on Rue, which is really great. But like overall, the series, like this season, was just a mess. But like
Really?
I don't know how far you are in, but
I've watched three. I watched three.
okay.
I watched 3 episodes. Yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, no, I'm just yeah, so far it's just sort of it's as I remember it, but I'm just clicking with it. I don't know. It's crazy. Like it's wild, obviously. It's always been wild in terms of it's always been wild in terms of its content and what it does. No doubt, in terms of like, its rating and all that stuff. But like it's also just a wild viewing experience in how it's cut together and how it just it's like a cyclone of an episode. When you sit down and watch this thing, you got no idea. I've got no idea what's going to happen. Like I, we just this last episode I was watched in particular was just an absolute whirlpool of switching between characters and and genres and insane. It was insane. Like I couldn't believe it.
So what was the
Um,
last episode you watched?
I watched this episode. Um, what's the best way to describe it? The opening because they do the opening flashbacks every time. The opening was the one with Cal as a 18-year-old.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
like the
was.
cow stuff. Yeah,
Dude. That character is awesome because he's fucking terrible, and he's like it's so messed up though. Like it's crazy. It's like super compelling. I really like that.
yeah, I agree with that. It's good. Like that's one of the things though. Like in the first season, you had an episode for each character, and it was really solid. But then you also had story, like a continuous story with Jules and Rue
Hmm.
and like their relationship. But in this one, you don't really get anything with Jules, and also like that like character per episode thing kind of stops and it kind of just becomes.
It becomes like the opening, or that's what I've seen so far.
Well, it doesn't even. I don't think. I think they just get rid of it, but I don't know.
Oh,
But
do they?
like
Okay.
but it kind of starts to focus on really irrelevant things like this one relationship, and it just kind of. I don't know. It loses its flair like later on, but I don't know. We'll
Hmm.
see. You'll
I'm
see for
I'm
yourself.
curious for us to both finish it and talk about it then, because just so far anyway, and this was my experience with the first season, and I'm probably in the minority. I find Rue I think she's terrible. Like as not as a no, she's an interesting character enough, but like I think she's such an irredeemable person that I like can't connect with her. Like she is every time that she's on screen and the show is focusing on her and Jules. Like don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not bad by any means. Like I'm still engaged with it, but I'm way more compelled by the other characters at this point than
Well,
her.
I like the rules, the Rue and Jules stuff because of Jules mainly. But
Okay.
like, I mean, if you don't like the Rue stuff, you're gonna be a bit disappointed for this season. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm curious to see where it goes. I just find like Rue is so like Zendaya's so good, and the character like it's such an interesting take because I feel like I mean if anyone's she's the main character, right? If anyone is, um,
Mm.
I feel like, and it's such an interesting thing to do with a protagonist, which I respect. I just find her such a piece of trash, like genuinely as a character. Like she is irredeemable to me as a person. Like she is just unbearable to watch sometimes, you know. And it's like, and that's good television. I'm not. It's not a criticism. It's just like I feel like maybe that's not how other people react to it. I don't know. Like it's crazy to me. And then there's other characters that I find more compelling, and there's other characters that I actually like. You know, so it's like
Well, who do you like?
it's insanity. Who do I like? I really like Fez. Is awesome. I love Fez. Love
Oh
him,
yeah, Fez.
dude. How can you not like him though? You know, I
Yeah.
freaking love. I really like.
Dude, the first episode where Fez beats up Nate, that was a
Oh,
great scene. That was amazing.
totally,
That was just
totally.
incredible. Like incredibly
Yeah,
realistic. That was just
yeah.
he just fucking it's so
Dude,
good.
dude. It was nuts. It was
Yeah.
that whole first episode was awesome. Like the whole everything at the party was awesome. The
It
dialogue
was
is
awesome.
just
Yeah.
the dialogue is so good. It's like next level in my opinion on TV. It's crazy how authentic it all feels. But who else do I really like? Like I like Cassie, but she's like she's like on a struggling. This is her journey. You know, she's really struggling. You know what I mean? And it's like sort of it's
Yeah.
hard to watch, but
Well, I think, I don't know. Yeah. Well, the season is like really about her. Well, no,
oh,
I'm
that's
saying
cool.
it's not like totally like she's the main thing, but like it'll be more about her like as it goes on.
Okay. Like everything with her, like so far, just with what they're doing with her is like it's hard to watch, but it's like because it's like no, bro, why are you doing this? But it's like, but I do like her though. Like there's definitely she's really interesting, and then I feel like I super relate to Lexi. I really like her. I feel like I relate to her. I feel
I thought
like
you were gonna say Nate. I mean, I didn't think
Nate
you'd say it, but it'd be
sucks.
funny if you said that. I
Dude,
super
Nate is
relate to Nate. Yeah.
Nate. Nate's really compelling. I really enjoy him.
Yeah, he's great.
He's absolutely piece of shit, but I do enjoy him. And I feel like I relate to Lexi. I quite like her. Yeah, so there's characters I do like. I do.
He
So
presented at the Oscars. Jacob Elordi, whatever it is.
isn't he Australian?
Yeah. He's like a super Australian
Oh,
accent.
that's so funny.
Super
That's
thing.
so funny to me.
He
He's
was
really
next
good.
to. He presented with that West Side Story. What's her name? I don't know.
Oh,
But,
the lead.
the lead of
Wait,
West Side Story.
wait. Did she actually present at the Oscars?
Yeah. So she was initially like not invited,
That's what I was
and
going to
then
say. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
but like she even made a joke about that when she did it. Yeah.
Was she just not? Was it just an oversight or something? Like, did someone just forget to send her the invitation? That's so weird.
Oh, I have no idea.
That's so weird, though.
Um,
Well, yeah. Oh my god. Hang on. No, I've got to remember her name though now. Oh shit. It's
oh,
It's
Rachel Zellweger or
Rachel
something.
Ziegler.
Yeah, something like
Something
that.
like that.
Ziegler. Yeah, wait, we're not getting confused with the other. There's like another Rachel that's like.
Yeah,
kind of
there
like
is
that.
too. Oh god, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Rachel Zegler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't she? I looked at her on IMDb just because I was really impressed by her and I've never seen her. Isn't she? I think she's younger than us, which is insane. By the way.
3rd of May 2001. Oh well, I'm
Oh,
older. So.
oh, she's 2 weeks older than me. That's insane. I can't believe
She's
that.
in between us.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's crazy, dude. She's crazy good. She's gonna be a mega star,
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
she was awesome.
She's gonna be huge. Um. Anyway, yeah. So Euphoria, yeah, that was that. That was that. Um. Yeah. Okay. You've made some comments that I'm curious about here. So we'll see where that goes. We'll see where that
What do you think
goes.
of the West Side Story? I mean, you thought.
I
I
liked
mean,
it.
that's the other thing you've seen it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Around.
Yeah. Um. She was cast in something else too big, I think. I can't remember what it was.
Another actress that's really like I don't know why I think of them as related in my head, but I guess they're kind of, you know, same age. They're both kind of same, look similar. What's her name? Jenny Ortega, is that her name? The one, she was in X, and she was in Fallout, and she was also in Scream. She was been in like 3 movies in the last like year that I really liked. Yeah, Jenny Ortega, she's really good.
Who was she? She was the like the girlfriend of the film of the
Yeah,
cameraman.
yeah, like the Shire one in X.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And like over the last year, she's been in like those 3 films, which were really great. So like, I feel like she's up and coming as well.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. I saw that she's going to be the lead in that new Tim Burton Netflix show, which is crazy.
Oh, what's up?
Can you imagine being that old? I've got no idea what it is, but can you imagine being? It's coming soon, I think. Can you imagine being like that young and being like in Tim Burton cast? He was his lead in a show. You know what I mean? That'd be insane.
Oh, so she's younger than us. She's 19. That's just these people are going to start becoming, these up and coming stars are going to. We're going to get used to them being younger than us eventually.
Right.
Over the next like 5 years.
Yeah. We're going to transition into the point. We've got to just hold on desperately until we get to the point where it's like, okay, now we're old enough that we can just accept that obviously there are going to be young 20-year-olds that have become stars. But that's going to take a few years to get there, before we're going to feel guilty in the meantime. Yeah. As always, now we hand the show over to you with our question of the show. Last week we asked you, who is your favourite green character in fiction? Luke said, Hulk. Very fitting. But the smart Hulk from Avengers Endgame, not the Hulk from Incredible Hulk. It's a good shout. Luke's a big fan, a big mark for smart Hulk, isn't he?
Is he? I guess so.
I feel like I've seen him, like he's got his pop figure and everything, like he's a big fan.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got figures for everyone, but
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Andy says, my favourite green character in fiction is Kick-Ass from Kick-Ass, played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Just pretend the second film doesn't exist, but yes, I reckon Kick-Ass is a pretty fun movie. I know nothing about Kick-Ass at all. Aaron Taylor-Johnson, I didn't know he was that guy. He was the lead in that.
Oh yeah. What else has he been in, Aaron Taylor? I was in Tenet. I was in some other things. He's one of those weird actors that are like here and there.
Yeah, and now he's gonna be the next Morbius. He's gonna be Craven.
Oh yeah, next Morbius.
Yeah, dude.
Morbius' cousin.
Oh my god, he's gonna be integral to this new Sony universe that everyone hates. So good for him. Jaden said, my favourite green character. Oh, by the way, Jaden, co-host of the show. In case this is your first time here, I actually thought about, should we just like reboot the show? Like, this is episode 101. Should we just make this episode 1? Like, pretend the other episodes don't exist, and then I'll just cut out any reference of Jaden I've made so far. You want to do that?
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, big fan. But then stranger.
we could have another commenter. That's not a part of the thing.
Yeah. We desperately need that. I'm more than happy to sacrifice Jaden as a host and just make him a commenter because we need more commenters. I'm happy to do that. So random stranger Jaden said, my favourite green character, by the way, is Ula the slave dancer. I bet he had to look that up. Or maybe not. Followed closely by Squid Game people, in case you guys want to read my answer.
He's looked that up before.
Ula the slave dancer, yeah, man.
Yeah. On the incognito tab, definitely.
There's definitely some interesting cosplay videos with Ula the Slave Dancer, if you know what I mean. What does he mean by Squid Game people? Aren't they purple?
Oh yeah, I had to look it up. They're green apparently. They have green shirts, or like
What?
uniforms,
What?
like
In
the
Squid Game?
contestants.
Oh, the contestants.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll allow that. So we're counting like outfits at this point.
Yeah, well, like Green Lantern and Green Arrow are not
Oh, that's
actually
fair.
green.
Believe it or
Yeah.
not. No, that's fair because yeah, I mean, I think when we jokingly came up with the question last week, we're thinking skin color, but yeah, sure, no, that's fine. I'll allow it. Please tell me yours is Shrek. Come on now,
Trick.
Shrek
No,
4D.
I mean the obvious answer beside Yoda is Mike Wazowski. He's just lit. He's great.
What an awesome answer! Holy shit, I didn't
Yeah.
think of that.
Oh well, I just looked up green characters. There's actually so many that came up, but
Let me
he
have a
was
look
one of
here.
the first ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite a few that came up.
Kermit the Frog,
Yeah,
Gamora,
Kermit.
Yoshi. Oh, dude, I might have to reconsider my answer. Green. Oh my god, you're so right. There's a lot. Green Goblin. Wow.
Grinch.
Grinch is absolute abject trash. So yeah, no, okay, that's really interesting. Okay, what do you like about Mike Wazowski? Do you relate to Mike Wazowski in some way?
Oh, yeah. I love Mike Wazowski. I am Mike Wazowski, you know. We are all Mike Wazowski.
Okay,
He represents us, humanity.
are you a fan of Monsters University?
I've watched half of it.
Oh,
So
you
I
haven't even
would
seen it
say
all.
maybe not.
If you're a fan of Mike Wazowski, Monsters University, I really like Monsters University. I think it's genuinely underappreciated and very good. And because Mike's the main character of that one, he's the
Yeah,
protagonist.
yeah.
And he gets a lot. I think he's genuinely really fleshed out and really compelling in that, like, unironically. So
Yeah, from what I remember, that actually rings true.
go back and check it out. The ending's quite cool. I quite like
I should.
it. Oh, mine's Yoda. Obviously, you kidding me? You kidding me, bruh? It's freaking the Yoda. All right, you can't go wrong with Yoda. Now, actually, just to be more fun, because there are so many. You know, everyone wants us to believe, Liam, that Star Wars exists in one canon. Well, guess what? It sort of does. But it really doesn't, does it? Because there are like many interpretations of Yoda that
Mm.
it's like actually sort of weird if you think about it. It's meant to be the same dude, all right? But you can't tell me that Yoda flipping around in Revenge of the Sith is like has the same vibe as the dude in The Empire Strikes Back versus again the dude in The Last Jedi. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He's like, he has the same role and he's the same person, whatever. I don't know. He feels like he's sort of there are different stylized versions and different interpretations of Yoda in different depending on the filmmaker involved. I feel like, and also, well, I mean, it was George both times in the examples I mentioned, but in that case, George just wanted him to make him fully CG and flip around and stuff. So that's quite different. So my favorite interpretation of Yoda is Clone Wars Yoda. If I'm going to pick a Yoda, you know.
Oh, really? Hmm.
And Clone Wars Yoda is played by Tom Kane. Shout out to Tom Kane, amazing voice actor who I believe recently, hopefully we'll see him back. I believe he recently had a medical incident where he can't act anymore, which was really sad to hear because he's awesome. Clone Wars Yoda is perfect Yoda because it's this perfect amalgamation of, obviously we get much more time with him. He has the different voice actor adds sort of different, like Tom Kane's really good. He sounds authentically Yoda, but he's also like, it's clearly not Frank Oz either. Like he brings something different to it, which I really like. And you spend more time with that Yoda. And he's this perfect mix of like the wise, Empire Strikes Back Yoda. He imparts lessons. He's really supportive and a positive force. Which he really isn't in the prequels. Yoda in the prequels, if you watch him, dude, this guy like is like says he doesn't smile once. He has he is just such a negative Nancy. All he does is like, what about the droid attack on the Wookiee? He's that guy, and then he's also the guy that like decapitates clones. You know what I mean? He's a murderous Yoda, right? And Tom Kane brings this element of like, He's really charming, really positive, imparts important lessons like that, the essence of the character. But then also is more than happy to whip out his lightsaber and spin around and shit. But it feels more like tonally consistent, and it feels like it works better when he does that in Clone Wars compared to the prequels. So I think Tom Kane Yoda is great. He's so
Yeah.
charming. Like there's so many moments where he has so many small moments where he just smiles and he's just such a positive energy, and I really enjoy that interpretation of the character. It feels like the most I don't know. It feels like the most whole Yoda, like the most complete interpretation of Yoda that we've ever got. I think. Sorry to go on.
No, it makes me want to watch the Clone Wars. That's
Oh
all you
yeah,
had to say.
yeah, bruh, yeah, bruh. I mean, Yoda's arc that he has in season 6, like the Yoda centric arc. Yoda's in it all the time, like he pops up every now and again, but like the I think season 6 is the only arc that is like Yoda. This follows Yoda, and that 4 episodes is some of the best Clone Wars, no doubt. Like just the way in which we get to spend time with him, and it really explores his character and where he's at in that point of the timeline. Super interesting stuff. Like it makes you really reflective on the events of the films, and like you don't really think of Yoda so much as a character who actually changes and evolves and has an arc himself. And the show gives him one. Like he learns and he grows, and it's really interesting. Like I don't think we see that
Mm.
anywhere else. So anyway,
Mm, 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 mm.
very well done.
Sorry.
Very well done.
Thank-
They hit that music in that arc, and it's powerful. It's good stuff. All right. I hope you enjoyed my Yoda rant. As always, we'd love you to submit your questions, thoughts, reviews for next week's film in the YouTube comments section, or send us a DM on Instagram. This week, we're asking you, who is your favourite rich asshole character in cinema? Or on TV, I guess we'll count that too. Let us know in the comments, on the Discord, DM us on Instagram. Let us know. Text me if you want. Jaden submitted his question this week by just Snapchatting us. So I guess I can accept that now. If you want to just Andy has done a written letter before, so if you want to
Yeah, send us a letter.
send me a letter, feel free. Yeah, so you can do that. All right, now we've got a poll announcement. It's time for Fitzy and I to go one-on-one in an Instagram poll. Fight to the death. The winner of the poll will be reviewed in 2 weeks. That is the film we'll review. Liam, what are you nominating?
I am nominating Joe Wright's Pride and Prejudice. As I'm doing.
Oh, cool. Oh, shit, I won't be mad at that at all, actually. I've got an interesting relationship with that film. I'll definitely be happy to rewatch it. But I'm sorry, I'm going to win. I'm nominating Isle of Dogs.
Oh, okay.
The second
Everyone
sees dogs. Everyone sees dogs, and they're just going to be like, yeah, I'll click that.
Yeah, probably.
It's Instagram. People just love dog content.
Plus, everyone remembers the word prejudice from English class, just wants it out of their mind.
That's a great point. That's an excellent point. Yeah. That's totally
In
true.
To Kill a Mockingbird, prejudice is displayed by the prejudice of the prejudiced characters in the prejudiced town. That was my essay. Yeah.
That's spot on. Yeah. I mean, that was everyone's essay. 100%. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that is the poll. Make sure to check out our Instagram account within 24 hours or so of this episode going live and vote. Cast your vote. No matter what wins, I feel like we should do Pride and Prejudice at some point. Actually, I think I'd like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm doing it because we're doing it for one of my uni things. So we're not actually doing the movie that we're doing the British. We're doing the miniseries, but regardless.
Oh, was that prior to the? Oh, hang on. So wait, the miniseries that's got Colin Firth in it, right?
Has it? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? But I thought was that released before the film?
I don't know. Probably. I mean,
okay. I thought you'd have more answers.
I know that this one. I know that this one has Tom Momsky, Succession, and Keira Knightley. Or is it Keira Knightley?
Oh yeah. No, was it Natalie Portman? No, dude. No, the cast of the film is stacked. Stacked cast. Yeah. Every minute you're like someone else pops up where you're like, holy shit, this person's in this movie. Yeah, keeps happening. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of Cinema Effect. What are we reviewing next week?
Jane and I are doing a Netflix movie called Windfall with Jesse Plemons and Jason. One of the Jasons. What's his name? Jason. I don't know.
Momoa?
Jason Segel. One of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Big guy. Yeah, new Netflix original that people have kind of. It's kind of gone and went, but I really liked it, so we're gonna do that one.
Cool. I'm looking forward to watching it and listening to the episode afterwards.
I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' opinions because I
I
don't
won't
know.
be here, remember? So
Yeah, I know.
I'll write in.
I'll look forward to your rating on letterboxd.com.
Okay. Cool.
Because I really enjoyed it, so and other people don't seem to enjoy it, so I don't know. Yeah.
I just didn't want to get your hopes up if you thought I was gonna Skype in from Perth,
Oh yeah.
I was gonna come in. I wasn't gonna do that. But anyway. Somehow, Liam, I just want to point out that we've actually done it. We've made this an actual regular
Yeah,
length
it's like
episode somehow.
an hour plus 20, an hour and a half.
We
It's
did
crazy.
it. I'm impressed by us right now. We did great.
I mean, I only talked about the Hulk for 20, 30 minutes, so
That's
it's
right.
all good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Oh yeah, Windfall's on Netflix, but I already said it's Netflix original, so.
Did you?
Yeah. It's a Prime original on Netflix. That wouldn't make sense, would it?
No. What's your favourite ice cream?
Favorite ice cream? I don't really like ice cream. I like gelato, so like blue gelato maybe.
Blue. You like
I
blue?
don't. Yeah, blue gelato. But I don't
Really?
really have ice cream a lot. Yeah.
Okay. You don't have a tub of ice cream in the freezer?
They're there sometimes. I just don't have them. I'm not an aficionado, really.
Okay. What is blue gelato though? Is that meant to replicate bubble gum or some shit?
I guess so, but all gelatos kind of taste the same. Kind of, they have slightly different tastes. Like lemon definitely has the most unique, the most discernible taste, but they all kind of have the same flavor. I mean, blue's a good color there, so yeah, can't go wrong.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you aching to get something off your chest about ice cream?
No, actually not. But I appreciate that you thought that's where that was going. No, I'm a big fan of. I like cookies and cream. I like I like all ice cream to be honest with you. But I like honeycomb a lot. I enjoy that.
Honeycomb, okay.
That's a banger. I like anything caramel just in general. So that's always a bonus.
Huh.